All right, you guys ready to do this?
Yeah.
Born ready.
Last time, very briefly, you guys came out of the grotto and you were able to meet up with Nomi Pathshudder, who told you she needed some help with something called Ogremark's Bane, which was kind of this spiritual force that was somehow capable of turning the earth elementals that the deep gnomes had summoned against them. While she didn't understand it, she would love for you guys to head into this section called the Rock Blight that has been closed off basically everywhere to figure out kind of what it is, what it's doing, in any way that you can, and come back with her with basically information. And if you somehow figure out a way to kill it or get rid of it, and you do so, even better. You guys went back to the grotto, picked up some wonderful new items that I'm sure we will hear more about as they kind of become of more use. We already heard a little bit more this last episode. And then you guys were making your way towards the Caves of Clatter, where you're going to meet the smith, a Miss Coalfoot, until while you were passing through the Ruby in the Rough, you were caught by Glyphic Shroomlight, a nervous kind of young novice priest who was like, I'm kind of in over my head, as Scylla put it, totally unintelligent and inept, but they've heard wailings and moanings coming from the catacombs, and they need help just quickly checking out if there's anything down there that needs to be dealt with, because newly deceased individuals need to be interred. You guys went down, you encountered this ghost by the name of Burrow Warden Jagger, and they were kind of like, yeah, I can't rest until my buddies are also interred. I feel one's over in this area, one's over in the Rock Blight, and another was this kind of mysterious legendary smith that they have no idea where they are, but supposedly have a secret workshop either somewhere in the city or just outside. You guys were about to leave when Hester noticed the door swinging and spotted a child heading towards the same area that the ghost of Jagger had disappeared into. And you guys went to investigate and now find yourselves in this old, abandoned-looking training room of sorts. What do you guys want to do now that you're in this space?
It is clear that this is a training room, but I question these cages. Scylla is going to go investigate what's up with these cages.
Sure. You go down there and you're taking a look at them, and you notice that they're all different sizes. There's rusted manacles in some of them. There's a couple of desks about 10 feet away forming this kind of L-like shape. And there's old, very old and tattered pieces of what look like kind of like parchment or like zergwood. And you can no longer make out the writing, but there's what looks like kind of like scientific notes and anatomy like drawings of different creatures and stuff like that on it. So you'd think that perhaps whoever was using this area was using the cages to capture, investigate, and understand either different creatures or peoples. That part you're not entirely sure about.
These are pages which I could take.
You could take them. They're extremely faded, like picture almost like Da Vinci style notes with what's the double armed and legged figure, like you see kind of drawings like that. Yes, thank you. But it's very hard to make out anything of the language of the notes.
And what's the vibe here, Will? It's like it's feeling to me like it's a pretty old and unused place, almost like the rest of this cavern, like the rest of this catacomb. Has this area seen more recent use, or is it also pretty untouched?
I will say with your passive perceptions and going in here that you guys were kind of like, what's going on? You were told by Hester that there was some light in here before. You see that there are a couple of those torches that you saw out in the main part of the city look like they've recently gone out. And kind of investigating some of the dirt and dust that's on this floor, you see scuff marks in feet. So there have been a handful of very small individuals moving about in this space before. You actually see in a couple spots to the north along the walls near the weapon racks, a couple of them are fallen on the floor. You see what look like some fresh arrows in a couple of the dummies. So some people have been in here and using this.
So I imagine that there would have been footprints going in, or tracks going in. But you said that when we stumbled upon the sarcophagus, or when we came back to go through this, the sarcophagus door had been closed again.
Yes.
As if someone had left. But we hadn't caught anybody pass us, even though we were at the main door.
Correct.
Did it seem like, were there tracks coming back this way, or does it seem like there's another way of egress from this room?
You didn't notice any fresh tracks coming back the way you came through.
Okay.
Does the door... I'll look back, and does the door automatically shut, or does it need to be shut by us?
You see that there's actually a lever on the wall right next to the opening.
Okay, I'll flip that and see that it closes.
Yep.
They may well still be here. Kind of somehow sensing Hester's unease, even though I again cannot see him, for he is invisible.
Can we light the torches in the room?
Sure. Yeah. You can go up. You can use your tinderbox and
just for better
area.
sightlines.
I'll help with that. That does.
Look, here I am.
Yes.
Why are you on my back?
It looked comfy. Yeah, so is there another... It looks like there's another path out of this room on the western side. Are there more tracks going that way?
Yes, there are.
Let's pursue.
Okay. You guys start heading to the west, and you see that it quickly curves down to the south, and eventually you make this very large C shape following these halls, and you start moving to the east. And you come through these tunnels and eventually reach this very large, very wide hallway in which you see there are some doorways in the bedrock. And then one to the far east. So there are 3 doorways to the north, evenly spaced out, and then one to the far east.
I'll just check one of these north doors, see if this is anything. Are they rooms? Does it look like a exit point?
You walk up to the first one. Do you just open the door?
Is it locked?
It's not locked.
Okay. Can I do a quick perception on the outside? Do I hear anything on the other side?
Roll it.
That is... 19.
You don't hear anything.
Okay, I will pop that door open.
You find an old, fine bedroom with a rotting kind of bluish carpet, some broken, a broken bed that's got mold and dust all over it. You see a kind of disheveled looking end table and cabinet in there, but otherwise it's empty.
Okay, move on to the next one. Same deal. Is it locked?
Nope.
Don't hear anything?
Don't hear anything.
Push it open.
You push it open, and it is another bedroom, a purple bed this time instead of a red one, and a red carpet. The thing you noticed in the first one, and you see it more prevalent now, are these heavy iron-looking mannequins standing there that almost looked like, especially to you, Starcaller, if you're peeking in, they almost look like armor racks. But these are super heavy duty, and you can see what look like dents and chalk-like marks where something made impact on it.
Are there anything... If I were to enter the room, is there a bedside chest, any drawers, or cupboards that I could dig through?
You could dig through them for sure, yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
Any of you can do this if you want to. It doesn't have to be Hester.
I'm gonna stand guard in the hallway.
Okay.
I want to keep a watch from where we came from, and also the hallway that's leading to these 3 bedrooms.
Sure. Make me a perception check while you're doing that. Hester, what'd you get?
Sorry. 16.
16. Okay. Scylla?
18.
18. Starcaller, what are you doing?
I think like Starcaller is also kind of like pacing the space outside here and keeping an eye as Hester does the more detailed work.
Sure. Hester, you find like old pieces of clothing, very fine looking clothing. You find a very old, rusted, unoiled chain shirt kind of wrapped up. You find some old belts, and you find what look like very short links of chain that appear to be of mithril, actually. So they're extremely lightweight, but very, very strong. And they there's maybe 2 or 3 links, and then they end in anchor-like hooks. So picture almost like an eye hook that you could, hand screw into like a wall almost.
Yeah. I will take all... Does the chain shirt, though it is obviously very old, does it seem usable, or is it...
No, you see there's like some holes in it, and it's very rusted. It's not of remarkable make. And if it had been, it's very, very well past its use.
Okay.
Is there any like art or writing or anything to indicate if this was like, I'm assuming it was a blood warden barracks and training center, but I'm just curious if there's anything like on the wall.
Any kind of papers you find are very similar to what you saw out in the training yard of, so faded in scripture you can't really make too much of it out. But on some of the walls, you see incompleted carvings of what look like exceptional deeds of individuals fighting off all sorts of creatures. You see in the one that had the red bed and the blue carpeting that were all kind of, rotting and destroyed. You see on the eastern wall, there's a relief of a figure clad in this stone-like looking armor fighting off an Umber Hulk. In the one that Hester's in currently, you see a couple reliefs. One facing off of like what looks like a huge amount of cave badgers, large numbers of them, and it's like a one-man stand on a hill. You see another one with what looks like perhaps a mind flayer. And then if you go into the third and final room, you find it's even more finely decorated. It's got a green bed, green carpet. There's a fine backed chair with like what look like horns that kind of make up what would typically be like the wooden supports. In there you see two really large reliefs actually. One depicting a stone-clad small warrior fighting a purple worm, and one fighting a very odd-looking draconic creature. It has these almost antler-like horns, and what looks like these kind of... It's hard to tell. It almost looks like frills coming off of its neck. And it's draconic because it has 4 limbs, but instead of these large, powerful wings, the wings look attached to the 4 limbs, and they're like tucked in tight to the body.
I think while everyone else is exploring as well, Scylla sees the reliefs. She's gonna approach the one that has the knight battling the mind flayer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's going to look at it for 30 seconds or so. And then she's going to get out her hand axe and just start scratching at the mind flayer's face.
Ooh.
And she's like...
Ooh. Gotta text your counselor on BetterHelp.
I think you've mentioned this the
Glyphical
last
hookup.
2 episodes. We should probably mention this is not sponsored.
This
We
is
are
not sponsored, but
affiliating in any way
Not-
with BetterHelp.
Not yet. Brendan might not have a price, but I do. Email me.
I don't think the people in BetterHelp would sponsor us in any way. Have you heard the things that we say? We help.
No, they would sponsor us because we all need help.
Yeah,
Me and you, Brendan, especially.
yeah. They'd be
We-
like,
we
this
are
is
bus-
this is an example of what not to be.
we are
All
job,
BetterHelp.
we're job creators.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what you guys are finding in here.
okay.
The other thing I would say, Artemis, as you're kind of like pacing about because of your kind of expertise, you realize that these heavy iron-based mannequins must have held the stone armor that these burrow wardens used. And so those kind of like chalky, almost impact points must have been when they were taking on and off the stone plated armor. It must have like hit and a little bit like dusted against it. And you find kind of near the base of a couple of these mannequins what look like broken mithril links of chain. And if Hester shows you what he's got, you think these chains must have been used as like attachments between the different parts of the armors.
Will, just quick point of order. Which room was the mural with the knight fighting the mind flayer?
That's the room that you are currently in. The one with just the Umber Hulk is the one with the blue carpet, so that would be the far east. Yours is the center room, and then the one to the west with the green carpet is the one that has the purple worm and that odd draconic-like creature.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I will step out of this room back into the main hallway, and wait for, I guess, Scylla and Starcaller to be ready before we push further eastward.
Yeah, she'll come out after a moment when she's finished with her artwork.
Okay. Cool. So there's the one door remaining. You guys going through it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming you listen at the door, all that bit.
Yes.
You don't hear anything.
Okay.
Door is not locked.
Push it open.
Yeah. Scylla and Starcaller are splitting as to not be directly in any sort of line of effect.
Sure,
Wow.
of course.
Why would you do that? It's almost like you have a history of being blasted by things that have been opened when you're around them.
It's not just this game. It's everything with Andrew.
It's very.
It's everything.
Man's
Gotta
got a
be wary of
theme.
them traps, man. Okay. You open up the door and you are immediately blasted with a horrifying ghostly face of Burrow Warden Jagger, who's like, "How dare you intrude?" I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, all three of you.
Oh no. Is this a spell effect of any kind?
This is a frightening effect. So those of
Okay.
you that are potentially immune, don't worry about it.
cool. Cool.
Okay. I got an 18.
You are okay.
I got a 5.
You fail.
I got a 16.
You are okay. Hester, you are immediately frightened, and Burrow Warden Jagger flies at you. I also need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Mm,
I'm
He's
worse
going
at
to
those.
try and possess you.
let's go.
Okay.
No, definitely don't.
Your personality is about to improve, my dog.
All this
And
hatred.
Mick Jagger's about to get up in
All
there.
this
Let's
hatred.
go. Do you have those moves like Jagger?
From
Let's
what I
go.
have heard, Mick Jagger might be a great dancer. He was a dick.
Mm.
That is a 15 to save.
So you save. He flies at you, and he like tries to grab you and sink like into your body, but you like just barely manage to do that. But you run out of his hands.
Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah.
Why do you trespass here? You have been told you had your questions answered. Why?
Am I running or am I just afraid?
You're frightened, so you move your distance away from him, but you don't want to get closer.
Sure. Very sorry, sir. We were simply there was a child that we had seen disappear into the sarcophagi. We were simply investigating. We did not mean to intrude where we should not.
They are the bright minds that would become the next burrow wardens. And that is all you will know.
Yeah, that's fair. Just there's other people noticing it too, though. So maybe like sneaky. I'll see myself out.
Time will be known. They will announce their very presence soon. If you do not wish for them to be trampled by the fools above, help me find my brethren that will not rest. Restore the armor so that they might wear it and become the knights this city needs.
Yep, 100%. Yep. Have a nice day, sir.
Totally valid. We'll be on our way.
And he just fades back, and the door just slams shut into that room.
I do not think I am understanding. Are there children who are being
Militarized,
transformed?
yes.
Interesting.
Not transformed, just trained in the arts of war. As we all were as children, were we not?
Yes, I was.
I wasn't, but
Hester was gnawing on some bones as a rat.
all different kinds. It takes all kinds.
Yeah, fair enough.
I suppose there is an avenue for which training children in the art of military is appropriate and done well.
Yeah, as it was for you and I, of course.
I guess my concern would be: do they have parental consent, and is it being done safely and with the children's growth as the focal point?
I cannot imagine that they have kind sleeping quarters if this is where they are staying.
Yes, but that makes us stronger warriors. Only a rock to lay thy head.
Listen,
and only the blood of thy enemies to drink.
The kind counselors at BetterHelp can deal with your problems, Starcaller.
You'll hear a cough.
Look around.
From where? From where?
Is he just standing in the doorway like, go?
You turn and you see a young deep gnome standing in the far hallway that you guys had originally come from. And they go, "If you're ready, I will show you out."
Is this a child?
This is a child.
Yes, we will be leaving now.
Yep, absolutely.
Are you here to become a blood warden?
Burrow
warden.
Burrow warden.
No more questions. You were told by Burrow Warden Jagger that you must leave. If you want more, I suggest you do what he asks. And she starts walking down the hall.
Does she seem of her own devices, or is there no war in Bossing Say?
Make an insight check.
I would like to as well.
Yeah, everybody can if they want to.
Let's do it.
Everybody get the insight.
Ooh, that is a madness table skull, or a 23.
Nice.
7.
Well, I have a 20,
7.
but it's pretty dirty.
Okay, so a 20, a 23, and a 7. Scylla's like, hell yeah, warrior kid, let's go.
I admire her posture.
As for the rest of you, she like said her spiel and immediately started walking away, so it's hard at first, but as you guys catch up, She definitely, like, she glanced back a couple times. You see that she has a, like, war pick in a belt. Seems a little rusty, but she's got, like, one hand on it at her hip. You would guess, Hester, that she's probably, like, 16 years old.
Okay.
So pretty young in the age of deep gnomes, but she's almost full grown in terms of size. And she seems to be entirely of her own volition. You don't see like anything filming her eyes. She doesn't seem to be charmed in any sort of way. But eventually she does lead you back all to the tunnel, pulls that lever. You hear the stones, and she goes, "Good day."
Good day.
All right, well, see you later.
Best of luck.
Be back soon.
Yeah, I'll head on out.
And as you guys all get out, you hear the as the stone goes back into place.
Well, today has been nothing if not eventful.
I should like to know more once we have helped the other ghosts. And it sounds like we might get those answers.
Perhaps. I just have... and maybe it's the traumatizing personal experience coming forward, but I very much hope that they are not training strong bodies for his undead friends to take hold of.
No. He said they wanted to rest. That's totally different.
Sure.
It did look like he was trying to do that to you, no?
I got a very strong feeling that's exactly what he was doing to me. But
When we put these ghosts to rest, will they automatically return here, Starcaller?
I'm not sure. But you know what? Seeing how his Mr. Jagger was in his room, perhaps these other ones would be in their rooms as well. Maybe we'll be repopulating the halls. No, I'm sure it's fine.
And where will the children that they are recruiting sleep?
Probably in the same bed.
Wow, there's like so many other options. There's a whole crypt out here, guys. I mean, honestly.
You want the children to sleep in the tombs
within Bligdenstone elsewhere.
You shut your mouth. You're not a part of this.
Oh, okay. I don't exist.
The point I am making is that if we put them to rest far away, we would not return here in time to make sure that the children are all right.
I do believe the thought was to bring their remains back. I mean, there are a number of crypts here marked for burrow wardens. I imagine Mr. Jagger would like his friends to be interred close by. Otherwise, why would it matter for us to find them if they could just simply rest where they were?
No, we won't. We need to put their souls at rest. A ghost you see, Hester, there is some sort of thing that compels them to linger on this mortal coil. So we must unlock the mind. Again, like our good friends at BetterHelp.
Jesus, bro.
And you can send that cease and desist to Andrew35Walker@gmail.com. That's right, Andrew35Walker@gmail.com.
Oh no.
We'll expecting those checks anytime now.
There's gonna be so much editing in this episode.
I don't know what you mean.
No edits.
No notes.
No notes. Yeah. So you guys have found this weird hidden kind of sect of knights within the Deep Gnome community. Burrow Warden Jagger has asked you to put to rest perhaps these other spirits if you can or are willing to. But you also have an angry priest up above who's pretty ready to escort these families down with some bodies, even though you were kind of like, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
what do you guys want to
really
do?
told him he could. There was nothing stopping him 60 seconds after we walked away.
We'll go up there, we'll tell him it's all good, nothing to worry about, and then we'll just head out to the clatter place, and it'll be fine.
Well,
he'll be chill.
The clatter, caves of clatter, whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
That was the... Oh, no, right. That was the
That's
smith.
where we're meeting Nomi to take
Tomorrow.
us to the rock
But it's
village.
also where the smith is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct
So-
on both counts.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's make some friends.
All right, so you guys make your way back up into the Ruby of the Rough. You see Glyphic is like leading everybody in a prayer, and he just like looks over and like gives you a thumbs up, like.
And I give him a grin and a thumbs up, and I just keep walking.
He gives you like a huge smile and 2 thumbs up, and it's like, great. And then he goes, claps his hands. All right, everybody, let's move the bodies on down. We can begin these services in proper.
That's what you say to families.
Move the bodies.
He's a novice
down there.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Don't drop your grandma. She's fragile.
Billy, stop playing with your grandmother's head. All right, so you guys exit out the Ruby of the Rough, and you start heading to the south. And as you do, you enter into this kind of large area with a well-guarded gate by a series of militia-looking like deep gnome who kind of all nod at you. Do you guys ask for directions, or do you just kind of continue southwards until you hopefully find the caves of Clatter?
We could find Jimmy. He would.
If only Jimmy was here.
I
He
know.
would assist.
I can find someone who can point us in that direction. We are fine.
Hey
I
guys,
will-
how's it going?
Oh
Look, I
God,
found you.
no!
Oh, good. Jimmy.
Hey Scylla, Artomis, Hester, I know you miss me. You don't have to deny it none.
All right, hello, Jimmy.
It's just your best tour guide and only tour guide within the city of Blazingstone.
Caves of Clatter. We're looking for the caves of Clatter.
Oh yeah, it's right on down here to the south. Come here, I'll show you. And he continues to lead you down to the south until you hit a split, and he leads you to the right. And eventually you enter into this large area that we are going to move to a new map. We are looking to the southeast of this big old map. You guys
Southwest.
enter in, and you see this large area filled with a couple, what looks like 3 different forges. 2 of which lie empty and unburning, and one to the far southeast seems to be lit, and you see a small figure working away at it. You hear the hammering of metal, the squeaking of bellows being pumped, and to your left, technically if you were looking the way your characters were, it would be to your right. You see what looks like stairs going down into another little burrow, and then to the far south you see another one as well. But this figure is working on this kind of stone plateau where this one working forge is. And you see to the northeast and southeast are 2 very large gates that have been like heavily chained across the way, so nothing can go in through them.
Oh. Well, so I believe we are in the right place. This, Miss Coldfoot, Forge Keeper Coldfoot.
You walk towards the plateau where the one gnome is working away.
Oh yes.
Yeah, guys, this is Cole. Oh wait, do you already know her name? How'd you
I
find out
thought
her
that was her voice.
name? She turns around. Oh hey guys, I see you met my twin brother Jimmy. No, she turns around. She turns around. She's covered in soot and ash, and she's hi. Can I help you?
Yes, we were told that you are the finest smith in these here lands, and we come to seek your aid, as we are ourselves working towards the benefit of the city.
Well, you definitely don't need to lay on any flattery. And she kind of tosses down her hammer and a poor-looking set of tongs on a table nearby. She's like, I'm certainly not the best smith in this city. Probably won't ever be, that, Anyways, yeah, what can I get for you, make for you? What do you need?
Don't be so down on yourself, friends. Hey, listen, between you and me, I heard there was a gnome here a millennia ago by the name of Skyforger who used a hammer from the very stars themselves to craft the finest things.
Yeah, no. every gnome worth their salt knows of Larry Skyforger, absolutely.
Indeed.
Is it possible we are speaking to the wrong person?
No, I'm doing a thing. I'm building them up.
Yes.
Yes.
We are in the right spot.
Yes. For
Great.
Larry Skyforger, they began their career with nothing but the most paltry of tools. And I'm sure you're very good. In fact, my friend Jimmy has told me you're the best.
Roll a deception check.
Also, roll if that's a compliment or not.
It's
Jimmy
fair.
just looks. No, I'll wait for the roll before I say.
Yeah. 15.
Jimmy's like, I said, yeah, no, I told my friend Starcaller here all about your amazing works, Miss Coldfoot, especially that those new table legs you made for my mama. After the guys got a little rowdy in the restaurant, the other night. That was very nice of you to do that.
They are so sturdy.
Absolutely, the sturdiest clawfoot legs I've ever seen on a table. He's like, chef's kiss, you know what I mean? And Smoky Coldfoot is just like, yeah, table legs, not a big deal. Listen, anyways, can you just tell me what you need? I might be able to fix it. I don't know. I whoever told you about me. Apparently Jimmy here. Jimmy should know. I've lost a lot of my tools. And the other smiths here in town were eaten, I guess you could say, by some oozes that got through here somehow.
That fully sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really does.
That. Yeah.
Thanks.
We were there.
No, that was a different incident.
Oh.
They had a previous oozing.
Oh.
Yes. But we too have dealt with some oozes here. And can you fix this? And I pull out the gas ballista pistol.
She like takes it in her hands and her eyes are really big. She's like, what is this?
Oh, see, it's metal, and then you put the metal next to the other metal, and it goes fling. It's amazing. But
So
I broke it, unfortunately.
it's like a pistol, but I don't see like a firing mechanism. I don't see anything that you would put gunpowder into.
It's this mysterious substance known as magnets.
Right. No, that I guess, but you would it shoots these things?
Yeah. Well, until I so we were fighting this minotaur, right? And I pulled it out and just like I tweaked it a little bit, and now the alignment's just all off.
Oh no, yeah, this barrel's at like a full 45-degree angle. That ain't good.
Bad for shooting.
Would you feel more competent with tools?
I would feel a lot better if I had more tools, but I don't know when the next shipment's getting in. I can absolutely try with what I have, but I'm also unfamiliar with exactly how it works. So I might fix it. I might totally destroy this thing.
Hey.
There's no way for you to get back to whoever made this?
Oh, it would be like a whole thing, and frankly, they're gonna be pretty pissed that I bent it, so I'd rather just, knock this bad boy out if we could.
Would you charge us even if you break it?
No, if I broke it, I would feel horrible, and I honestly, I would just ask that you perhaps let me keep it in case I find a way to repair it. But it's so funny that you brought up the Skyforger, Supposedly their workshops somewhere around here, and even if I had their tools or even access to this air quotations legendary forge, I could probably do a whole lot better, but as of right now, I'm semi shooting in the dark here.
Yes. Well, I look her in the eyes. I believe in you, Smoky Coldfoot. You
Scylla
can
walks
do
over.
this.
Scylla walks over and picks it up. I do not.
Fair enough. It's your equipment. I'm not going to push you to do that. I told you fair and square the position I'm in. I get it. I do.
Starcaller, it is your money and your weapon, but perhaps there is more that we can do to give this a fair shot.
Ugh, fair enough. So, Ms. Coldfoot, when I return to you with the magical sky hammer of the Sky Forger, however that went, then you will repair this for me.
Yeah, sure. If you find the Skyforger's secret setup and their hammer and stuff, yeah, of course, free of charge if you do that.
Excellent. One other thing. Do you know anyone who does magic tattoos? I've just been looking all over this place. You gotta hook up.
I don't know anybody in the city. And she gives you a bit of a discerning eye. Can you roll me a persuasion check?
I sure can. With expertise.
Oh, damn it. No, I get it.
Fear me.
Charisma boy.
Fear me! That's, okay, wait. Math. Rocks.
Yeah, plus
18.
30, 18. She kind of eyes you for a minute and she goes, You seem like a trustworthy group of people.
That's your mistake.
Not you. Definitely not you. You, intimidating lady, and you, Mr. Starcaller. That one can stand over there with Jimmy. Jimmy's like, oh, come in, Pastor. This is really cool. This used to be my friend Travis's forge. He made like this sickest stuff.
Those two are best friends, and I think there's something going on with Hester and Jimmy's mother, but you didn't hear it from me.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, from what I hear. Regardless, real quick. Outside the city, about a couple miles to the north, you'll find a very eclectic individual. And however they greet you, just go with it. And ask them that you want a dream to be painted upon you.
Well, that's sufficiently cryptic, sure, but why not?
Listen, it's honestly for the best that I remain cryptic, just because this, if anybody else knew about it in the city here, they would probably hunt them down, and they're honestly pretty gentle, but misunderstood for what they are. So don't go in there swinging your swords. Just look for murals of just incredible stonework like beauty. They're almost indescribable. But go north, and once you start seeing those within the tunnels, you know you're on the right path.
Very well, friend. It will be so. I look forward to putting the star hammer of the Sky Forger in your hands.
Thanks. Good luck with that. And again, ask to have a dream painted upon you.
It shall be so.
All right. And she kind of waves you goodbye and goes back to her business at the forge. You guys turn around and you see Jimmy's just like, no, wait, hang on a second, Hester. This was like her house. I asked my mom if I could move in here, but she's like, no, you guys do more work around here. I can't let you out on your own. But yeah, no, it's all right.
So interesting, Jimmy.
I know, right? Like, it's pretty sweet. Are you guys getting like hungry or thirsty at all? It's getting close to like dinner time.
Yeah, I think we should return. I think Hester has a conversation with your mother to pick up.
Why do you hate me?
Oh, you gotta talk to my mama?
I believe Hester was seeing that he had something to say to her, yes.
Oh, cool. Well, like, sure, let's not keep her waiting. It's getting close to like end of shift in the mine, so everybody's gonna be there. So if you want to get a word in with her edgewise, it's best we go now.
Yes, you know what? That sounds lovely. Like, post with haste.
Yep. And I'll just get down to Hester and whisper in his ear, I will break you.
I will make your life a living hell. All right, so you guys leave the caves of Clatter and start making your way back over to the foaming mug. And sure enough, as you enter in, you see a couple more patrons starting to fill up the tables, and Tappy Foamstrap, Jimmy's mom, is there slinging drinks at the bar, and she sees you all, and she's like, "Oh, goodness, oh, it's so good to see you guys." And Jimmy, I need you in the kitchen now. And he's like, "Ah, but Mom, that's not fair. I just got my friends back here. Come on, you're ruining the vibe, Mom." She's like, I don't care. I need you in the kitchen. It's almost dinner rush. Go." He's like, "Sorry, guys. My mom's such a buzzkill. Well, good luck talking to her." And he walks off and like kicks his way through a Zerkwood door and just into the back. And he's like, and then you just hear him yell like, "Sup, fuckers!" And you just a collective groan from a bunch of deep gnomes deep in the back. Just
My man.
How dare you steal my greeting and put it in such a foul mouth?
But Tabby Foamstrap's there, and she's like, Scylla, I could actually really use your help. You know how I was talking about having that
Cleaning
bell?
the bells.
Yeah.
Yes,
Could you help me with that?
of course.
Thank you so much. Right this way. And she just starts leading you towards the east in a totally different direction from the rooms you guys were in before. And
Scylla's gonna stop on her way and just let Starcaller and Hester know. I've been asked to help Tappy with cleaning some bells. I will be over this direction if you need me.
Oh, excellent. Have a fine time, my friend.
Yes, if you decide to head on to meet with anyone, please let me know. I would like to accompany you.
Of course.
Hester just looks dumbfounded and has zero words.
Scylla, you proceed after Tappy Foamstrap, and like you go around a corner, and there she is. She's standing outside of a door, and she's like, "It's just in here." And she opens it up and enters inside. Do you follow her?
Yeah, I think Scylla follows right behind, and she says, "What are these bells used for, and why are they so dirty?"
You enter in there, and you guys are like flush to each other. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's so tight in here. I didn't think it would be."
Do you, are you all right? You are having trouble breathing. I can open the door for you.
She's like, no, could you just reach up there? And she like holds her hand up.
I do not think there is enough. Just sorry.
Oh,
she like elbows her on
is-
accident. It's a very small space. Perhaps you should exit.
I'm so sorry. No, it's right up there. I just need you to reach right there.
She reaches up for. Is there a bell?
She's like, "Here, let me like guide your hand." And she like touches your arm, and it like drifts up, and then your hand touches what feels like a rope, and she's like, "Now just pull on that."
I think Scylla like does as she says, but I think as she's pulling, she accidentally like doesn't realize how heavy the object is, and she accidentally elbows her right in the face.
She's like looking up at you, and you just rip your arm down, and you just bam pile drive her with your elbow into her face, and she's like,
"Oh,
you just hear a crack, and she's like, "Oh God,
I am so sorry."
It's
Are you
fine.
all right?
I just need you to ring the dinner bell."
Yes. And she's like ringing it over and over and over.
And sure enough, you guys all hear this literal bell being rung that's echoing throughout the city. And she just like, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna squeeze behind you. And she like squeezes around you. And
Starcaller
sure enough,
can
she's got
heal
like
that.
a bloody noise. And she's like, nose. And she's like, no, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm so sorry. My stool has gone missing, and I just didn't want to drag a whole heavy chair out here, so I just thought
Of
I could
course.
ask you to do that.
I will ring your bell anytime, Tappy. I am so sorry.
No, you don't have to. It's no big deal. I'll figure out something. But come on, we'll go back and get you a drink and some food. Oh gosh, that's smarts. And sure enough, you guys, Scylla and Tappy, come around the corner, and Hester and Starcaller, you see Tappy has a bloody nose that she's holding a handkerchief up to, and Scylla coming around as well.
Scylla, I just want to say I'm very proud of you for being a strong woman and not letting anybody coerce you into things you don't want to do.
I do not think I'm capable of being coerced, Hester.
Good. Well, you're all the better for it.
Tappy, are you all right?
She may need
Yeah,
healing.
it was just a little accident. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
no,
And she like
please.
pulls
We were in
away.
a very tight room, and I was getting around her in order to ring the bell. And
So you do not have to tell us anything you are not comfortable with.
She
And
needs
it,
medical
like-
attention.
All
Yeah,
the other deep gnome in the bar have like instantly gathered around Scylla, like, whoa, like what? And Tappy, like, she pulls away the handkerchief, and you can see like her nose is broken.
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
I'll reach up and lay on hands, and do my best to heal that up.
And it just back into place, and she's
Oh.
like, oh god, Earth collar, that hurts. But it's feeling a lot better, thank you.
No,
Whew.
I am so sorry.
No, it's fine. You didn't know. I didn't realize it would be such a tight fit. I should have just been like, there's a rope up in there. If you could have reached it.
Yes.
Next time it will be a lot easier. I'm going to get a new stool. It's not a big deal. But drinks, any food? Can I get you guys anything?
Oh yes, please.
Great. Yeah, I'll be right back. Anything in particular that you'd like to eat? We've got vegetable platters. We've got some deep roast stew. We could get you like a flank of roast if you want.
Do you have any cheese platters?
It's a
Dear
little
God.
expensive, but yeah,
I will pay as much as you need.
Yeah, I'll take some stew. Some stew sounds nice.
Stew, cheese platter, Scylla.
Fish and seaweed, please.
I'm sorry, I don't have that.
Stew would be fine.
Great. All right.
It's very wet, so you'll feel just at home.
Wonderful.
And she disappears into the kitchen, and you just hear Jimmy like, "Mom, you're covered in blood. What happened?" And she's just like, "Jay, shut the fuck up. I'm fine." And Jimmy's like, "Mom, don't yell at me in front of my friends. I'm just concerned for your well-being." And she comes out a few minutes later. She puts some bowls and plates out before you guys, and she serves up some pints. And she goes, "Do you guys want to start a tab or anything?"
No, yes. Why not?
Great. I will have the total on there for you when you are ever ready to check out. But no rush. And it's been a few minutes. You guys start digging into your food, and sure enough, now that the bell has been rung, you see a ton of miners starting to come in, and eventually the foaming mug is filled with at least 100 deep gnomes in here. You see pipes are out, music is being played in some different corners, but everybody's a little kind of dour in this scene. But you guys have some food and some drink in you. What do you want to do?
Well, my friends, shall we begin our night's rest and meet Miss Pathshutter in the morning, or go on a bit of a ghostly jaunt before we lay our heads to rest?
I think the souls of the undead should wait for a short while. I definitely think our attentions and our energies should be gifted to Miss Path Shutter as much as we can until this is resolved. Ogremark's Bane has been a issue for quite some time, and certainly with the elementals being such a pivotal point in the city's economy, I think we cannot risk not giving as much energy to that as possible.
Very well. And be on the lookout as we move through the rock blight. Sir Jagger told us to be aware of another soul like himself, but perhaps trapped within the blight. So keep an eye out there, and perhaps after another rest, we could prowl one of the residential areas and find a semi-retired warden who was slain in the defense of the city.
I trust your judgment.
And like Starcaller leans back. Then the Sky Forger, yes, he will be my masterwork, and upon his hammer I shall build Miss Coldfoot into the mightiest smith in all the land.
Everybody just stops. It's like a record player scritch and just staring at you.
Oh well, hello there. Yes.
Tappy's like, don't worry, new guests in the city. Just had a couple drinks, and everybody just right back into whatever they were doing.
Totally normal.
Starcaller, you seem to have, I am not one to question anybody's passions, but you were very, very, dead set on the Demon Lord presence a mere 24 hours ago, and now you seem very enthusiastic about a long-dead blacksmith and his Starhammer.
Indeed. You see, my machinations have machinations, my friend. Because you see, in order to get
in the city, call that ADHD, which
no.
easily navigated with our friends at BetterHelp.
Oh my god, Megan! Stop the recording. Got it.
You're done.
They can give you plans and services to better navigate your mental self.
Tappy comes over to the table and she's like, I think we've had enough drink tonight. I'm just going to clear these out of your way. And as you guys are kind of discussing, can all of you roll perception checks for me?
Sure. Natural... Yep, that is a 1 and not a 7. Natural 1. I've been actually drinking.
Okay. Yeah, you're deep in the cups. How about everybody else? 8. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, Scylla and Hester, you guys keep getting into it a little bit. You've had your drinks. The table's been cleared. Starcaller, you realize the energy in the room, especially from the miners, is pretty low. You know, quite a few of them, even though there's a little bit of music playing, everybody's pretty quiet, you know, hushed conversations. They look quite tired and worn out. And you see a couple of times that Tappy Foamstrap like goes up to a couple individuals. She puts like a hand on the shoulder. She bends over, whispers to them, and they get up, and she like takes them by the hand and leads them back down that hallway that Scylla went with her. And then maybe like 25-30 minutes later, Tappy comes back out with some of these miners, and like you see their clothes are a little disheveled, but they turn back to her and they kind of like give her a smile, go back to their table, and she does this a handful of times. But each one of these gnomes that comes back after she like takes them out and disappears for about 25-30 minutes, they come out and their clothes are a little disheveled, but they seem a little bit happier. The other thing you notice is your recent run-in with the pale orc Isla. She comes in, they go to their room, and they kind of just like give you a quick wave as they run by. But then after about an hour or two, everybody starts to kind of clear out of the foaming mug. What do you guys want to do?
I think it is time we retire.
Yes. My, there's something odd here, and I think perhaps not entirely malevolent. I'm gonna use my last divine sense of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Once Tappy's walking by the table, is
Yeah,
she
she
a,
like smiles at you and stuff.
she a celestial fiend or undead?
Nope. You don't get any of that sense. Nowhere in 60 feet.
Cool. Another time. Starcaller will head to bed.
Same.
Okay. You guys all start to get up, head to bed. You see Tappy cleaning up tables, bussing, and then Jimmy comes out as you're all about to enter your room, and he's like, "Oh, come on, guys. You're already heading to bed. It's like prime time hour. We go out and hit the streets."
I'm afraid not, Jimmy. We have an early morning.
Indeed.
Ah,
My friend, we must travel into the rock blight tomorrow to rip a cancerous growth from the heart of this fair city.
oh, no kidding. You're going into the rock blight?
Yes.
Dude, can I come with you?
Jimmy,
I'm strong. I'm fit.
your mother really depends on you, and I think you need to think of her in moments like this. You could, of course, gain glory for yourself.
Yeah, man.
But
I want
what-
to show these people that I'm capable.
But what of the lunch
This
rush?
might be useful for him. This
There's
might be a
not
good...
really a lunch rush. It doesn't really happen.
Will, is Jimmy strong or fit?
Do an insight check.
11.
Okay. Anybody else doing that too? It doesn't have to.
I don't need to.
Uh,
Yeah, I just doubt him so hard.
he looks scrappy. He's lean. He's gangly for his size.
Yeah.
But he's wearing like a dirty apron, some kind of patched up clothes. You don't know what kind of a fighter he would be if he even is one.
I'm afraid you would be a liability, Jimmy.
Oh, come on, don't say that. Why you say that?
So, say it like this instead. Jimmy, you are too valuable here. If we are away, what if then the oozes return and you're not here to defend Tappy? Come now. Think of the
Yeah,
community.
why couldn't you say it like that? Try it again.
I am afraid that what Starcaller says is verbose and illustrious, but unfortunately not true.
Wow, you really know how to just
Damn,
cut right to the core, huh?
Damn, he has feelings. You know that, right?
No,
Jimmy has a lot of value to this town, but not. I have not seen it in terms of strength. I have not seen it in terms of strength.
It's okay.
That does not mean it does not exist, but I cannot.
No,
I cannot
it's
attest
all
to
right.
it.
The Jimmy gets it.
I'm sorry, did he just refer to himself as the Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my boy.
It's okay. The Jimmy gets it. It's fine. You guys got your stuff. I got mine. It's no big deal. I'm tough. Guess I'm tougher in other ways.
I would
you know
train
what?
you.
No, it's fine. I get it. You got certain criteria, and I don't strike that criteria. And but I'll prove to you, Scylla, that I'm a strong, capable individual that don't need no help.
I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, no, you'll see. I'll show you. Jimmy's gotta go practice, and he just runs off.
Oh, shit.
You're a monster, Scylla.
I do not understand what the problem is.
I don't think I have ever felt bad for that shit smear.
Oh my god.
Jimmy will now train himself.
No, you have
Scylla, I don't know in which way this would be taken by the common folk, but I think you will understand this in the way that I mean it. In this evening, you have provided the strong hand of the father figure that Jimmy never had.
I'm glad to have offered that to him.
I don't know how he will come out the other side of it, but you have certainly filled a void.
Oh my god.
You just hear Tappy from the other room, like, different way, like, Jimmy, why are you crying? What's wrong? Come back. And then, like, her voice fades, and you just hear, like, it's nothing, Mom. Don't worry about it.
This night's totally ruined. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. I think Scylla also heads off, but her room, she gets the big basin out of the bag of holding, and then she unstoppers the decanter of endless water, and she dumps salt water into the basin.
There it is. There it is. You settle into your basin there.
Yeah.
All right. You all settle down for the night. And as you all awake from a long rest, you find that there is a note within your room that is from Nomi Pathshudder. And that's where we'll end it today.
Well, boy howdy, how about the end of that episode? That was a good one, and I'm not just saying that at the end of every episode. But I am here with more news. Yes, this is another update for our outro. We've got a couple great things going on. The first of which is we're going to be launching our first sanity check, which is a new segment we're going to do every couple months to just update all of our listeners about the great things that we have going on. So kind of like an outro, but it's going to have the whole cast, and we'll be talking about all the different things in the pipeline that we're working on for the podcast. The first one of those is going to come out in April of 2023. The other thing that we're doing that is super fun is I'm actually running a one-shot with the gang. It's a little bit of a mini adventure. We've already recorded 2 episodes. We suspect there'll be 6, although depends on how they go through the story. So we'll be posting the first of those here pretty shortly as well. And then lastly, I just want to remind everybody about our socials. We've got memes dropping every Monday over on Twitter at The Madness Table. We've got an Instagram page that you can catch us on as well. And Will has been dropping some banger TikToks, so you can find us at The Madness Table over there as well. And I guess the last thing I'll mention is if you're interested in supporting us, if you're loving the show and want to toss a coin to your Witchers, that's us. It's going to be ko-fi.com/The Madness Table. And that's it. Until next time, when
the madness continues.